How you doing, Frankie Russo? Coming at you straight out of Brooklyn. I'm on YouTube Live. I'm on Scope Live. Russo all night, all day, every day. How's everybody doing? I've done over 1,500 shows up over here at 77. 70, I did 143 hours at 77 WABC, and I've done 1,500 shows, more than 1,500 hours up here on my couch in Brooklyn. So how you all doing? I don't want. I stood on 2 hours. About 2 hours there. I don't want to stay on that long. I want to go have some fun and get off. First thing. What up? What up, Frankie? Hey, Marianne, how are you? So we're doing good. Our great president. Thank you, Jesus. But for the grace of God, our great president's getting ready to make the big comeback with the economy. I can't wait. He's getting ready to roll out. Hey, Regina, how are you? He's getting ready to roll out the big launch. Maybe he should go to the stock market, man. That would be interesting. Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe go to the stock market one morning and open up the market when he calls the launch. It would be interesting. Our great president, his vice president, Michael Pence, Dr. Fauci, Dr. Barex, the lady doctor, Dr. Redfield from the CDC. Dr. Fauci is the top infectious doctor on the planet. They're doing a fabulous job. Truth be told, right? So just so you understand, right, the curve they're blunting, or that they've blunted pretty much throughout the country, is basically a probability distribution model, basically, right? They don't know. These are doctors. They're amazing individuals. There's things they know, and there's a lot of things they don't know. And so wear your gown. They wear their gloves. They got their masks because they don't know. And this is the way they find out through time, testing, etc. They find out about this influenza, what appears to be an influenza hybrid, right? So in the beginning of this run, on this horrific run, right, it was 1 in 1,000 infected by the virus. That's 0.001. So in other words, you could get especially New York was the epicenter of this whole thing. But with 1 in 1,000, 0.001, in all likelihood probability, you're right, Mary. It's like unbelievable. Cuomo's got he just graduated from Weill Cornell. He got his MD from Weill Cornell. Yeah, So, right, crazy. 0.01 chance of you actually getting infected by this virus. That's just as likely and probable that Elizabeth Warren is Pocahontas. Hers is a 0.001 chance that she's Pocahontas. Truth be told, this is true. Then a few weeks ago, it was 7 in 1,000. So it's like 7 kilograms, 0.007. So it's more likely with a 0.007 chance that you're going to get infected by the virus than Elizabeth Warren is Pocahontas with a 0.001 chance, right? Now the recent data came out from New York. Again, New York is the epicenter, right? 1 in 7 now. 1 in 7. So I did the simple. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you for the retweets. Simple information. Thank you for the shares. 1 in 7. New York has been. So now that's 14%. So let's look at it from a success and failure. Success being you're not infected with the virus. Obviously, failure, you're infected with the virus. So based on the data, you got a 14% chance of being infected with the virus. Fail. On the other hand, you got an 86% chance of not being infected with the virus in New York in a sample size of 100. Okay. Okay. A sample size of 1,000. Okay. 86% chance of not getting infected with the coronavirus. That's a victory. Just keep those numbers in the back of your mind. People get a little panicky or whatever, right? Follow the guidelines. It's better Trump overshoots than undershoots, right? The big problem with this thing, the reason why they got a little concerned, well, more than a little concerned, Trump called in the NIH, the CDC, the top people, because of the rate in which this thing was infecting people, and they were concerned about the backlog it might have created. So much so, our forward-thinking governor, oh my God, said we needed 40,000 ventilators, like we talked about last night, that our great president, Donald John Trump, had to be chuckling for like 3 days. Cuomo's calling them out with the ventilators. And recently, the reason why I brought it up recently, he he's giving ventilators away as Cuomo. That's Fredo. That's Fredo. And we got the Sandinista, the mayor in the city. And then we got this other guy, Biden. Now Joe Biden recently, oh my God. Joe Biden recently said that the president punted. You believe this? I mean, where do the Democrats get these leaders from? One guy's calling a pipe bomber a lone wolf, calling for 40,000 ventilators, ends up giving 150 ventilators, getting rid of the ventilators. Go figure. Then you got, what's his name? Mayor de Blasio. I mean, he looked like he was sitting down and go reading from a book. He looked like he was like really in over his head. Like he must have been calling President Trump up like every hour on the hour to help him. It's unbelievable, right? These are supposed to be the leaders of New York, right? Thank God we got President Trump. He's always, I tell you, man, he's always locking and loading. He is the best, right? And then now we got Joe Biden telling everybody that this guy can't even put together. Truth be told, Joe, you're like the male. He's like the male version of Hillary Clinton. I swear, he's Hillary Rodham Clinton in the male version of it. He's ridiculous. He don't make any sense. He can't remember what he says, right? It's ridiculous. I mean, this guy sits in the White House as a vice president, and while his son is sitting in the freaking. This is like, this is the Clinton Foundation. Bill's running around with the Winnebago. Oh, you can see how did he punt, Gary? How did he punt? How did he punt? How did Trump punt? How did Trump punt? Gary, how did Trump punt? I'm waiting because I'm gonna move to something else. How did Trump punt? How did Trump punt? You closed flights to China, believe it? No, he didn't. He didn't do that. Yo, now wait. We're gonna get to that. He didn't do that. Right, Marianne? A fabulous job. No, he didn't. He didn't do that. First of all, I got to push back to that a little bit because last night I was watching Fox News. I love Fox News. Okay, so let's be real. Okay, Fox News is probably the best broad. Fox News is arguably the best broadcasting network on the planet. Without Fox News, where would we go for the truth, right? But the truth be told, what I think a broadcast is, especially on Fox, is not doing the right thing. I'm gonna say something. So last night we called out Brett Baer. I mean, Brett Baer. I have much respect for Brett Baer's unbelievable career. The chief political anchor for Fox News. Guy's top notch. But I didn't agree with his assessment that this is not a biological weapon, right? And we started to lay down. Now I'm not going to get into the vectors tonight. We're going to do the map tomorrow, and I'm going to drill down on the vectors because I got them. I got them in Wuhan. We got the vectors in Wuhan, China, and we got the railway going into Moscow, and we got the Tehran, in Iran, their issues with Mahan Air and the Khomeini and the IRGC going 55 times into Iran, and then we got the vectors into Moscow. So how do we get into America? So my mind is percolating. I'm thinking through Venezuela. Hezbollah gets in through Venezuela. That's how they get into the U.S.-Mexican border. They send in, because we whacked around this time in the first quarter, in the beginning of the first quarter, we whacked Soleimani. We're on red alert for a retaliation. They retaliated in Iraq, and we're waiting for a homeland retaliation. And then in pops the coronavirus, February, March, go figure. Am I shocked? Right? Okay, now. So, Gary, your thing about Trump didn't punt. Well, your explanations don't make sense, Gary. Okay, look. So here, right? Fox News is saying basically from yesterday, Brett Baer, Fox News is saying the virus is not a bioweapon. This is Fox News. This is what they're saying, right? And we're saying, right? We're saying, right? This is what we're saying. What I'm over here in my accounts. As I looking in, no U.S. Congressional Oversight Committee. I'm going to give you my disclaimer. No U.S. Congressional Oversight Committee, no International Atomic Energy Agency, no Joint Chiefs of Staff, no National Security Council, no access to classified docs, nor do I know anyone who has access to classified docs. Court papers, judges' decisions, peer-reviewed journal articles, and well-sourced, well-researched open source articles. What such refers to quasi-model, quote-unquote, statistical significance, and all likelihood or probability for trends, differences, and patterns in the data, and that we conceivably reach reasonable, responsible conclusions. And by the way, we believe our conclusions are close. Classified information is the mean. We're within the standard deviation of the mean. The Rousseau disclaimer. So that's where we are, right? So I'm on my couch in Brooklyn. I don't know what the hell what happened in Wuhan, right? I don't know, right? What up, PM? I don't know what the hell happened in Wuhan. I don't know. I'm over here in Brooklyn. China's far away. I would love to visit that country one day. It's got tremendous thousands of years of history. I would love to go. But unfortunately, it's a crazy world we live in, right? Fox News yesterday, and we pushed back on this, and we're going to push back again. Okay? Fox News yesterday said the virus is not a bioweapon, right? Says the virus isn't. It wasn't created. True, PM. It wasn't created in the lab. It's natural. How do you know? How do you know? Right. First of all, this reminds me of Iran and their nukes with the IAEA. And so Iran had the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency. And yeah, I believe Iran's reporting on their their nuclear proliferation, like I believe China with the WHO and they're reporting on this virus, right? You're never going to get the truth, first thing. Second thing, they've done this before. They have a track record of like this is like their fifth time. Okay, so they've been down this rodeo before, people. Truth be told, right? That's number two. Number three, we're never going to know what happened over there. So it's like, Tucker Carlson, the broadcaster for Fox News, smart guy, no doubt. I like it better when he debates. I think his show gets too stale I think he's better when he debates. He's really good. He's a smart guy. I don't agree. He partitioned this. I think he had Brett Baer on there with him. And, they were still sticking with this not a bioweapon deal. And he was partitioning it off, saying, "Well, shouldn't we know? How do you know? You're not the information you're going to get from Wuhan, China. I don't care who. You're not going to get the true data. You're just not going to get it. It's inside China. And by the way, so that's a ruse, Tucker. And by the way, Sean Hannity, tremendous broadcaster. He came out with something today because he's the guy that pushed back a little bit with Brett Baer, saying that, how do we know? Perfect, right? How do we know this is not a bioweapon? How do we know? Right. So Sean said what China did was they closed off all flights going into Wuhan. This is a tremendous indicator, as did Iran cut off all their flights going into China January 31st. And they allowed people from Wuhan to leave and tour the world, take flights all over the world. So that even more adds to this. What the heck was going on in this Wuhan thing? Where is the, and they didn't, if they would allow us in early, Trump would have sent the American scientists, the best in the world, and we would have blunted this thing. They didn't do that. So we're saying the Russo world, the cover-up takes this, whether it was naturally grown, or whether this thing was an outright created in a tube to used as an attack. We're saying we're pushing back on Fox News again because we think that they're not playing this right. This is the fifth time China's been down this rodeo. And Gary, you're right. China tried to kill the doctor that discovered the virus. You're right. What up, Johnny S? So we're saying, you know something? That big time cover up that President Trump said this is one of the biggest cover ups in recent history. Look what it's done. That's the whole point. It went from let's say it's a natural, okay. Let's say it's a naturally created virus by accident. It got infected, whatever, right? They're covering up, took this virus and converted it and turned it into a bioweapon. Just look at the results. We got horrific people passing in an horrific rate is probably the concern, which was the infectious rate was the problem, right? Overflowing of the hospitals because we're in the middle of an influenza season, right? That, and then look at the economy. 22 million people out of work. So this was, when they covered this thing up, this virus became a bioweapon. Yeah, fine, Johnny. Incompetence, fine. Whatever it is, cover up becomes a weapon. Whether it was incompetence, this is absolutely, we are under attack. They dragged their feet with this thing. They shut their whole country, China did from Wuhan. But they allowed Wuhan people from Wuhan City in China to take flights all over the world. So you could infect the world. So these are weapons. So the people that became that guy that came, let's say that's true. I don't believe it's true, but let's say that's true. That guy became a weapon. And he was able to tour the world but not stay in China. He became a bioweapon. Give me a break over here. So it's not even informing the rest of us. They created a global pandemic when it could have been just a regional thing if they let us get in there. Right? It's worse than underreporting. People died. This is criminal. This is a war crime. This started off as an innocent thing. Let's say, I don't believe that it did. No, we didn't. We shut them down. Trump shut them down. Trump shut down China. Trump shut down China. Trump shut down China. Wrong. So this thing went from, I don't agree. In January, bro, before Iran shut theirs down. Right, John? Hey, listen, I try to be fair, Johnny, right? I try to be fair over here, but this is the 5th time China's gone down this rodeo. Whether it's the wet markets, whatever, they eat, I don't know, bats, whatever the freak this thing is. I have no idea. I'm over my couch in Brooklyn. You're telling me, right? Sean Hannity said that they shut down any flights going into Wuhan, inside of China. But people, right, PM? People inside of Wuhan could take flights to other parts of the world. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then Iran's flying in February when this thing was at its peak in China. Iran's flying in Mawan Air, the Khomeini, his airline, 55 times. 55 times. They went to Italia. They're on the Silk Road. They're in their trade. They're in the road. They're in the China trade routes. Italia didn't shut it down. They got whacked. Italia didn't shut it down. Spain didn't shut it down. France didn't shut it down. Everybody's telling me it's Europe. I'm not saying Europe isn't part of this thing, but this thing originated in China. This thing originated in China, man. And we got a Harvard biologist, chair of the biological chemical chair in Harvard with a $15 million grant. Right, PM? They got whacked in Italia. Going all the way to Wuhan University of Technology. It's probably not far from that lab. Who knows? Absolutely. That's the whole point, Johnny. That's the whole point. Now, I'm not going to sit and tell you there's these various labs in Wuhan and it originated. I don't know. I'm over here in Brooklyn. But Fox News is doing a little fugazi over here. Fox News is saying the virus isn't a bioweapon. And I can't accept that. I'm sorry. The only guy that made sense, and I got to tip my cap to him, my brother, Jesse Waters. I walked in. Jesse Waters is right on with what we were saying last night. Jesse Waters is right on it. He said, you gotta speak the truth over here. Jesse Waters, you got to give him prop. He's a smart guy. Talented guy, too. I mean, this is crazy, right? I mean, the top broadcasters. I mean, Shawnee is on point. I don't agree. You're right, P. You're probably right, PM. Right? This is a bioweapon. Now, the vectors are starting to look clear. Soleimani gets whacked on January 4th, January 5th. This thing is is already, guaranteed. The Khomeinis talking to China and Russia, they're talking about how they're going to get back. Don't forget, Soleimani went and met with, I don't know if he met with Putin, but Soleimani met with some senior Russian officials at a few before our great president took over about Assad, because Assad was collapsing, and they were, Soleimani was all over the place, man. He was the Khomeini's guy. Khomeini loves Soleimani, the general. He did all his bidding. Okay, the RGC does the Khomeini's bidding. Joe, you're warned. I can't have you come into my room. One more tweet like this, I'm throwing you out. Joe, I'm throwing you out. Well, I think President Trump, you see, because the only thing that was concerning about this thing, well, we don't know that, Gary. Oh, I'm done with this guy, Jojo. We're out. You're out, Jojo. So like, it's crazy, but it's true. If you look at it, right, and then this thing started to evolve, right? Trump tried to the greatest, Terry. He tried to get in there and blunt this thing with his people, the American scientists, the CDC, Dr. Fauci, Dr. Barrett. He tried to bring the top to blunt this thing. China wouldn't let him in. So what did he do? He shut it down. To his credit, our great leader said no more entry, and then he shut Europe down, and then after that he shut the UK down. Right? Trump did this. And then he got the big doctor. He's got the best doctors. It's unbelievable, Terry, right? Exactly. And then we got to watch the next thing they're going to attack with the grace of God. You're right, Johnny. You're right on point. We got to watch the water. And then this nuclear holocaust down in the future is a big problem. Because Iran's getting nuked up, and that's really concerning to me. It's crazy, Terry. You're 100% right. It's sick, right? So the electric grid, absolutely, that's in the equation over here, But the thing about it is, these vectors, water is going to be a big problem down the road. This is the beginning, because we're under attack. Why do you think President Trump called for a national emergency declaration? Borders on lockdown. He's got the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Milley, on red alert. Hezbollah, guaranteed. We don't even know. You know what's really concerns me about this whole thing? The Democrats, the House Democrats, the Joe Bidens of the world, the Hillary Rodham Clintons of the world. They have no clue. When you sit down and think, the way Cuomo was going about 40,000 ventilators, could you imagine how horrific this whole thing is, and he had only one ventilator left? Who would get that ventilator? An American citizen or an illegal alien? These are the questions that are facing America in times of crisis. Are you kidding me? This is a joke. Who would get the ventilator? We got one ventilator left. Who lives? The U.S. veteran or the illegal alien? Because according to California Newsom, this other rat, he announces a $125 million fund to give coronavirus stimulus checks to immigrants in the state illegally. So he's giving illegal immigrants. He's giving, the plan, which would use a mix of taxpayer money and charitable donations from corporations and philanthropists, will give 150,000 adults $500 each. 150,000 adults, illegal aliens. California has an estimated 2 million immigrants living in the country illegally. So they break the law and he's giving them checks. Oh my God, they must be running. And that's why that Mexican lady, that Spanish speaking lady, she was the chief of police in this Mexican city, Mexicali. I got to get the exact city, but it was a city in Mexico. This lady was amazing. She was talking in Spanish and they were translating it. And she's saying, we got through their sources, 4 Iranian nationals are carrying explosives and are going to try to go through the Mexican border into California. She says, and we're going to stop them. We're ready for them. That's what I'm talking about. We come in America, we got English speaking House Democrats, and they want to keep these borders open and have these sanctuary cities and let the radical Islamists like CARE, the Council of American Islamic Relations, stay in our country. Muslim Brotherhood operatives all over the place. This is crazy. Why do you think Trump called in the Joint Chiefs of Staff? It's crazy. We don't know how did we get so infected in such a short period of time? Cuomo sits there. He's the ringleader on these sanctuary cities. He lays in the streets with the Islamists, and they talk about blowing up buildings over here. Thank you, Rumba Man. Thank you for the retweets. Trump wants to. He has to. He's got no other choice. He's got 22 million Americans not working. He'll bring this. Trump's amazing, okay? Trump will bring this thing back. Hillary should go to prison. James Comey should go to prison. William Jefferson Clinton should go to, I mean, it's ridiculous. William Jefferson Clinton should go to prison. James Clapper should go to prison. John Brennan should go. That other rat. You believe that? This Governor Newsom, $50,000, $500 checks to illegal immigrants? This is crazy. I don't care whether they pay taxes or not, John. They're here illegally. They shouldn't be here. I don't care if they came off the boat of Italy. My cousin Vinny came in here. He comes from Rome, takes the boat to the border in Miami, and he don't have the right stuff. You don't have the right papers. Son, you got to go back. I don't care who you are. This is ridiculous. And then he's giving them checks. They give them IDs. The 19 hijackers that blew up the World Trade Center over here in America, in New York, they had 60 over 60 state IDs and driver's licenses. Crazy. Listen, Jack, don't be coming in here dropping the F-bomb. That's it, Rumba Man, right? It's crazy. They're voting, John, right? We know they're voting. It's sick. It's sick. Hey, Jack, you have to be down with Trump over here. You have to like Trump. Just got to be respectful. That's all. No F-bombs, please. I'm a God-fearing Christian, man of God, man of Christ, man of the Rosary, please. He did, right, PM? You're probably right. It's disgraceful. Illegal. We have vets, people putting their lives on the line for this country. They want to prop up a president, Joe Biden, right, PM? Joe Biden telling the mainstream media that President Trump punked out? He punted? Are you serious, son? He's saying Trump punted? Yo, PM, I want to, honestly, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that, for the positiveness. But my goal is to get our great president reelected. I want him to get reelected for one term. I want him to run for a third term. That's how much we need Trump. We need Trump three terms. Trump 3 terms. Mainstream media, you're right there, Terry. Mainstream media is very powerful. And who controls mainstream? You're right, Johnny. You're right, Johnny. Who controls mainstream media, PM, right? Who controls mainstream media? The the corrupt wing of the CIA and the corrupt wing of the FBI. The intelligence agencies control the media. Look at Mandalay Bay. We don't know what the hell went down. I want Trump for 3 terms. At least. He could be a lifetime president. I really don't care. Just to keep these Democrats, they are an absolute. We gotta get a landslide. So they got the Trump coattails. We gotta get Pelosi. She is a disgrace. I don't know. I just remember her. Don't read it, vote on it, and we'll figure it out later on Obamacare. You know what she said? She said, "Don't read it. We'll see what it's in it. Don't read it, vote on it, and we'll see what's in it later." That's the most un-American statement I've ever heard in my life. Don't read it, vote on it, we'll figure it out later. And she's sitting there with a straight face. Of course I like Alex Jones. Terry, of course. It's crazy, PM. So quickly. That's what concerns me about the economy, you know. But our great president, Donald John Trump, he'll bring it back, man. He unleashed. I love Trump, man. I can't wait to vote for him number 3rd. We got to make sure he should be a lifetime president, man, just to keep the Democrats out. I'll take him over any of those rats any day of the week. That governor, did you see the stuff that governor from Michigan, what she was banning? The stuff that she was doing, that lady, I mean, she's ridiculous. What the hell's going on over here with these politicians? We don't need Theresa May. We don't need Angela Merkel. I don't care what your gender is. You got to be a leader, and you got to love this country and support this country. Not be sympathizing and favoring illegal immigrants over American citizens, favoring illegal immigrants over United States veterans and men and women of the United States Armed Forces. This is insanity. That was a biological weapon. China covered it up. China shut down their airlines into Wuhan. They allowed Wuhan residents to fly all over the world, but they couldn't fly to other parts of China. Go figure. It's a disgrace. In other words, infect everybody. Go infect the world. We'll drag our feet, and then we'll go and we'll create all this misinformation, all this disinformation, like Iran. Iran had an axe to grind. See, because when things like this happen, to me, it's like an assassination, right? A lot of people got to win in this game. Iran wins because Iran wants revenge on the whacking of Soleimani. China wins because China wants to have a #1 economy. They don't want They don't want us to go like crash. They just want us to be reduced a little bit. They're trying to stop Trump. They're trying to stop Trump, right? So they want to reduce us to #2. They want to be #1. So they win with that. And Russia plays everybody, right? Russia's trying to get money. They got no economy like compared to China. They got energy, so they make deals with China. They did the LNG plant in Yamal Peninsula, where they're going to import liquefied natural gas if they're not already. It's terrible, PM, into China. China is the #1 oil importer on the planet. You're right there, WD. This is crazy. That was a biological weapon. Now we got to watch this summer, with the grace of God, this thing doesn't spike again. Apparently, the heat reduces it. It goes away. And then they're concerned that in fall, but let's see. So we're going May, June, July, August. That's 4 months. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a vaccine by then. Because once we get the vaccine, I'm not saying that's but that is definitely, that means we know more, and it works, and it doesn't kill people. But for the grace of God, we get the vaccine, that means we know more than we did 6 months ago. We'll never know enough, but we'll know enough to control it, where it doesn't become a pandemic. It doesn't become this infectious rate, like hundreds of people are dying every day. It's crazy, right? That's the problem. And they got to worry about the overflowing of the healthcare system. And they had guys like Bernie Sanders. This is the weakness. Bernie Sanders. This is the weak. He is such a. I tell you, so disappointed. I mean, I tell you, as a politician, his policies are atrocious, disgraceful, atrocious socialism. He is just the worst politician I've ever seen in my life. Is Bernie Sanders. He's the bridesmaid. He's not the groom. Like Biden is a bridesmaid. Biden is not Biden, but Biden is not it's either going to be 2016 or Ronald Reagan landslide for our great president Donald John Trump. No, he said it was the weakness. Sanders said it's the weakness in our economy. I mean, in our not in our economy, in our healthcare system. This pandemic. It's the weakness. He's such a. Are you kidding me? We got the greatest healthcare system on the planet. Now, do I wish we had more alternative medicine? Yeah, absolutely. And not always have to rely on the greatest emergency medicine on the planet, which is in America. I hope so, WD. Reagan lost 2 states in 2 elections. He had 950 plus electoral votes. So, our great president, Donald John Trump, let me tell you something. This guy, he is smart, bro. And, his campaign is locking and loading. They got the algorithms going. He's doing his rallies with these press conferences. He just doesn't stop. What I love about Trump, he's an animal. He wants to win so bad. He wants America to win so bad. That's why I can't wait to vote for him. That's why I can't wait to vote for Trump. He wants to win so bad. He wants America to win so bad. That's why I can't wait November 3rd, 2020 to vote for Trump. He just wants to win so bad. He wants America to be number 1 so bad. This whole thing is killing him. But he's tough. That's why he's there. He's tough. He stands up. He's a warrior. And Trump is the best. And he's smart. He's a tactician, more than people give him credit for. And a political one, too. I'm telling you. He may have made a mistake with Sessions, but he roared back in so many other ways. I mean, it's beyond belief what he's done. Unbelievable. And quite frankly, I couldn't blame him because, he's coming in like the outsider and, thinking that Jeff Sessions was with him from the beginning. So he rewarded Sessions with the top spot, well, one of them anyway, Attorney General, and it ended up being a rat, Sessions. So Sessions ended up being a rat. Because if he had William Barr there from the beginning, he never would have went through Russia. He never would have went through, and he probably never would have went through the Ukraine. Nancy Pelosi would have had to take a different position. You're probably right, WD. And then he had Paul Ryan for two years, and Paul Ryan ended up being, a rhino. And I voted for that guy. I thought in 2012, I thought he was the best thing since forget it. Numbers guy, hands-on guy, detailed-orientated politician, rolls up his sleeves, ended up being a rat. But Trump's doing an amazing job. He's become some politician, some world leader. His political chops is amazing. He handles that bully pulpit better than Obama did. And Obama, I'm not an Obama guy. I thought he was a fraud, and he is a fraud. But he was a charismatic communicator from that bully pulpit. And I think Trump rocks his world. You're probably right, CB. You're probably right. Paul Ryan turned out to be him and Mitt Romney. I voted for Romney. Romney ended up being, a girly man. I would use a different word. Who are we talking about, WD? They are, Rumba Man. They are. Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney. I voted for them. My God, if Obama would have did to Trump what he did to Romney, if he did that to Trump, he turned to the moderator during the debate. Oh my God, blood would have been spilled. Trump would have spilled some serious blood that night. Oh my God, Trump would have annihilated him. Oh, Candy, he's talking about Benghazi. Oh, Candy, whatever it is, Candy Crowley, save me. Trump would have. Oh my God, Trump would have annihilated him, man. It would have been unbelievable. So this is what we got. Tomorrow I'm going to do the vectors because I'm looking at the vectors, right? We got Wuhan, China, right? I got to find out, right? So we got Wuhan, China. We got Tehran, and we got Moscow. There's a freight train from Shanghai that goes into Moscow, right? They probably move nuclear energy. Now from Moscow, right? You go into Europe. Now, probably from UK or Germany, I got to see how they get into Venezuela, and that's how they do their dirty bidding through Venezuela with Hezbollah and Maduro under the guise of drugs. It's easy. President Trump threw it back on them because he didn't say, "I'm here to stop the Islamists. I got the Joint Chiefs here." No, he said, "We're here to stop the narcotics." So mainstream media backed off. How do you say anything bad about that? Because he would have said, "Yeah, I'm after Hezbollah," like Obama. Look at Obama, what he did with Hezbollah. There you go, Rumba Man, right? Look what Obama did with Hezbollah. Project Cassandra, he shut down the drug enforcement agents that were globally surveilling the illegal drug trafficking of the Shiite terrorism arm of Iran, Hezbollah, right? And he shut down this is the Politico articles. And the I think it's Myers was his last name, Myers. I don't remember his first name. Zeth. I forgot his first name. Josh Myers, Zeth Myers, Myers was his last name. He stands by his work, claiming that the Obama-Clinton crime family shut down the Counter-Proliferation Initiative. He shut it down. That was a management team inside of the DOJ that was globally surveilling any foreign actors, any foreign corporations, any foreign entities, any foreign countries that were aiding and abetting the proliferation efforts of the world's largest state sponsor of terror, the Islamic Republic of Iran. Shut that down, and he shut this all down under the guise of that fake Iranian nuke deal. What up, Porky? God bless you. So President Trump is locking down the borders to keep Hezbollah out. Obama empowered Hezbollah, enabled Hezbollah to smuggle drugs into America. Enabled Hezbollah, absolutely. Hashtag Trump 2020 landslide. You better believe, with the grace of God Almighty. We have to work, though. We can't take nothing for granted. We got to get locked and loaded because our president's getting ready. Our president's getting ready to get reelected. There you go, Porky. That's a bad combination, boy. I can't get it out of my head. Soleimani gets whacked in January. This virus is already going in December. China shuts down the airports, air flights. Absolutely, Porky. Going into Wuhan. Iran, January 31st, shuts down their air flights going into China. And in February, Marwan, Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Khomeini's airline, Marwan Air, the airline that Obama used to transport the wood pallets with 1.7 billion to the IRGC, the traitors, the rats that the Obama Clinton crime family are and is. They fly 55 times into China and then infect at least 5 countries. So they, under the cover up, whether this thing was naturally created, whether this thing was created in a test tube, who cares? China's done this thing. They've been down this rodeo, Tucker Carlson, 5 times. Who cares? We're talking about China and the WHO. The WHO, right, is covering for them. That's a bioweapon. By the cover up, they made it a bioweapon. Just look at the results. Thank you, Jesse Waters. And Sean Hannity, too. But he doesn't say it's a bioweapon. It's a bioweapon. And it's hurting us badly. We're under attack, Porky, right? The next thing we got to watch is our water. You got to get a water filter. You got to get a real good water filter. I'm looking for one. They're going to attack the water. And then after that, man, we're going to look at that nuclear holocaust. That's the big one. That's why those closed borders are so important. Porky, think about it. We're focused on healthcare. We're focused on a virus. And one of those rats, those Hezbollah rats, throws in a Sunni terrorist with a nuclear bomb somewhere, and we don't know where it is. Oh my God. You'll see how horrific that is. I can see it now. We got the guy. This Gina Haspel wants to waterboard the mother. And Nancy Pelosi, right, Porky? Nancy Pelosi walks in. Wait. You can't waterboard him. We don't do things. We don't do things over here like that. This is not our country. As Barack Hussein Obama, that stuffed jihad radicalismus, would say, this is not our country. This is not our values. We got 3 guys, hypothetically, that knows where this hypothetical nuclear bomb is in this country. It's in the Quran. That's it, Porky. It's in the Quran. That's what the blind sheik said. Could you imagine? And I could see Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, Jerry Nadler. You can't waterboard them. Are you kidding me? Gina Haspel's waterboarding those mother. That's right. Gina Haspel's going to waterboard them. We're going to find out where that bomb is. You better believe it. Nancy Pelosi go, the bomber, they have rights. Unbelievable. The stuff that we saw for 8 years under the Obama Clinton crime family, there are no words. As Nancy Pelosi stands up, it's true, Porky, right? To think thank you, Paul Ryan. We got Nancy Pelosi as the speaker, and she stands up during the Obama administration telling them not to read the Obamacare bill. Just vote on it, and we'll see what's in it later. Who does stuff like this? And she sits there with a straight face, right, Porky? She sits there with a straight face, attacking our president's integrity, calling him a Russian KGB agent. What they put this man through. I felt so bad for him a few press conferences ago. What mainstream media was the questions they were asking him. And he's so they can't carry his jockstrap. He's so smarter than them, and they're just not. Whatever he does, they're just not going to give him the credit. You're not going to get the credit, Mr. President, from them. They just hate us, right, Porky? They just hate us, man, and that's all there is to it. They just hate us. They hate our great president, Donald John Trump. They hate the Trumpers. They hate the Trumpocrats. They hate the independents that love Trump. I tell you, the Latino vote. That's the president's failsafe. I believe the Latino vote is going to. That's Trump's secret weapon, the Latino vote. And I tell you, I'm watching that on the internet. That chick, Candace Owens. Oh my God, that chick, absolutely Porky. That thing she did, Blexit, where she talked about black people. It doesn't mean because you're black that you're a Democrat. You could be an individual. And but for the grace of God Almighty, that lady was amazing. That Candace Owens. She is whenever she talks, man, she's just on point. That chick is on fire, man. She's doing. I watch her stuff on Facebook. Hey, listen, Joker, you could not please, Joker. You don't have to be with Trump. There you go, Porky. God bless you. God bless you, Porky. Yo, Joker, you don't have to like Trump. This is America. You're entitled to your opinion, but please don't be disrespectful. This is a Trump room. If you want to, I'll debate with you with the issues, no problem. But don't get personal. No F bombs. I'm throwing you out. So I was watching Candace Owens. This chick is on fire. She's got, I mean, she with this Brexit thing. I mean, she's building up. I mean, if Trump gets 15% to 20% of the African American vote because of this chick, it'd be unbelievable. It could be a landslide. Between that and the votes he's going to get on the Latino side, the Latin vote is going to be sick for Trump. That's what I think. People know he's a good man. He loves this country. That's why, and he's smart too. He's smart. Oh, I hope he runs with the grace of God. He wins November 2020, and he runs another 4 years. Hope he runs for a third term. He deserves it. What they put him through for the first term, he deserves another term. I hope he tries to. He puts an exploratory after he wins with the grace of God Almighty. Because I dreamt it. It's funny. I dreamt. This is what I dreamt. My dreams are crazy sometimes. Sometimes they're not. While I was at ABC, I dreamt, and because he did it June 2015. I think I dreamt it in the beginning. Very smart girl, Porky. Candace Owens is a very smart woman. Very smart. So I dreamt in beginning of 2015, I dreamt a Trump victory. Unbelievable what I dreamt. Trump's going to win. I mean, I must have dreamt it for like 3 days in a row, a Trump victory. Because I didn't know who I was going to support. I wanted to support somebody. I couldn't stand the 16 Republicans. And Trump at the time didn't declare. He declared in June of 2015. And I dreamt him a victory for Trump. I dreamt it. It was so vivid. You ever have those dreams where it's surreal? That's how I dreamt. That's what I dreamt. And then what happened was recently, like a year and a half ago, I dreamt a Trump landslide. Landslide. A Trump wave like beyond belief for this coming election. I dreamt it like a year and a half ago, like the beginning of last year. I dreamt it. Yeah. So I dreamt at the beginning of last year a Trump wave, like a tsunami, like never seen, like Reagan-esque. So, with all the stuff that's going on, I'm a little torn. But you know something? What up, Elbow? This landslide could be real. I just don't, in politics, especially presidential politics, and all the corruption with the House Democrats and Congresswoman Omar, Congresswoman Tlaib, and the illegal aliens and the sanctuary cities, 2 million, they vote, they're not American citizens, all the corruption, more people voting than people actually living in the districts. It happened in Detroit. I mean, it's beyond belief, the corruption, It was amazing. I mean, and then when you hear what happened with the Clinton campaign and Donna Brazil, absolutely, Porky. They're all CARE, the Council of American Islamic Relations. And that's a problem, bro. That is a big problem. But the problem is the Islamists have bought off the internal structure, the deep state, right? They got dough, like Qatar. See, I got I don't have it here, but I got the deposition of Alan Bender. So once this virus thing, I'm going to bring that because I was getting ready to come on the air about it. I read half of it, calling out in his deposition, calling out Congresswoman Omar as a Qatari asset, Erdogan asset. She's a congresswoman. And this guy, he did some work for, I don't know if he did some work for the Saudi family, but he definitely did some work for the royal family in Qatar. Oh, Donna Brazil is a disgrace. And I can't believe Fox News has her on the air. She's an absolute disgrace. I get the other side, right? Now, Juan Williams, I mean, right, Porky? Juan Williams just regurgitates. He's a big time in America. You're tied to your political opinion. He's a big time lefty, right? He's a millionaire. Okay. Truth be told. No problems, America. God bless America, right? He reads off the DNC talking points. Truth be told, does Juan Williams. He reads off the DNC talking points. Him and Donna Brazil, the both of them. God bless you, Johnny. God bless you. Thank you. I wish I was on the radio, son. Oh, my God. With the grace of God, I wish I was at ABC, man. Oh, my God. I tell you, being on the radio during the Trump run with those rallies, that was the greatest. And, I've been involved in politics my whole life. My father was a big time. My father was a union president. My father was a big time labor guy, but he was from the free market side. So he believed in. He didn't come from the socialist side. My father was the old school Harry Van Arsdale free market labor guy. Wanted the corporations to make big amounts of money, and then negotiate these big contracts. My father was a great negotiator, and I used to go on. I was around it all my life. I worked with my dad till he passed. God rest his soul. 2008, he died. He had a car crash, and he was in a hospital for 10 months. My father was an amazing guy, and so I used to want to pick a line with him. My father was amazing, amazing. And my memories, he was just one tough dude. You all will love him. He was one tough dude, one of those old-time Italian guys, man. 1 and 1 was 2, not 3, not 3.5. Yeah, it was sad at the time. It was the most horrific time of my life, Jamie, Porky. The most horrific time of my it happened 08. I'm not the first guy to lose his father, but the way I lost him, he was 10 months in the hospital, and he had a bed sore. I got him out at Burke, but he had a fractured a C5, a C6, so he was paralyzed. He was a big guy, my father. My father liked his pasta, He was a funny guy. He was the best, man. Oh, God. Jamie, we ain't racist in this place. Sorry, bro. So that's where we are, So we'll see what's going on tomorrow. Man, I want to get back to my stuff. I love this stuff. This Lisa Page and Monica Witt. I'm trying to figure out what's happening with that. I don't really talk. I want to find out what's going on with Congresswoman Omar. We're still trying to figure out where Barry Soetoro was born. Who is this? Who was that president 8 years ago? Who was that in the White House? Was it Barry Soetoro, Barry Sabak? What up, Captain Chaos? Was it Barack Hussein Obama? I don't know who this guy was. Did you see the pictures? Did you see the pictures on the internet with Michelle Obama? They got a picture. Now, I don't know if it's Photoshop. That's why I'm holding back. I'm trying to find out. They have a picture with Michelle Obama. They say it's Michelle Obama. I don't know. They're very old pictures, so it's hard to make out. I'm not sure. You're right, Porky. See, I believe what Joan Rivers said. That's what I believe, right? I don't have proof. I don't have incontrovertible proof, let alone statistical significance. But I saw some pictures on the internet that had me shaking my head. I'm not saying it's true. It reminded me of the Ted Cruz pictures, you know? Was his father with Harvey Oswald handing out hands off Cuba pamphlets, right? That was the big thing during the Trump campaign. So on the internet, like a few days ago, I saw a picture with, I don't know if it was photoshopped. I'm not saying it's true. I don't know. Claiming that this was a picture when Michelle Obama, when she was young, with this, it was like a, yeah. what we suspected about Michelle Obama, this picture tried to show it. And then not far away was a young Barry Soetoro, Barry Sabakwa, Barack Hussein Obama in the picture. Crazy picture. She's with a chick and he's walking alone. Young guy. I don't know, early 20s. Crazy picture. Crazy. Crazy picture. Because I'm, you know me, I hate to, I'm a sinner. I hate to be, when it comes to this stuff, I'm very cynical, you know? I don't believe Hawaii. I don't claim, it's on the internet. He's got to Google it. It's crazy. I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to find it again and I'm going to download it. See if I can bring it on the air tomorrow. It's crazy. It's like she's hanging out with a chick, her girlfriend, and Bomb is in the picture with her. So it's like what I didn't see it, Slow. It's like Obama, right, isn't who he says he is, obviously. Barry Soetoro, Barry Sabakwa, Barack Hussein Obama, who the hell knows? What up, Porky? Listen, yo, and Turner, you're warned. You can't come in. First of all, you don't have to like Trump. It's okay. Just don't drop the F bomb and don't be disrespectful about Trump. You could disagree with him. I really don't care. But you're not going to come in because I don't want my show to get thrown off the air. I've already been blocked by Twitter. I was, been blocked I was almost at iHeartRadio. It's crazy. I don't want to get, just no cursing. He's got one shot. He's been warned. He does it again, I'm throwing him out. That's all. I blocked him. He's blocked. Bye-bye. I blocked him again. I hate blocking people. I really hate blocking people. But if you're going to be disrespectful, who needs you? Right? We could talk. We could chat. You don't have to like Trump. You could tell me what you don't like about him. Just don't call him a racist. Don't call him, you don't like his policies. Tell me where you don't like his policies. I got no problem with that. I'd love to debate you. But you come in the room, these people, I guess they're kids, right? Right, Porky? And right, Captain Cole, Captain K. It's crazy, right, Captain? It's crazy. Because I really like debate. I really would like to debate. Have a debate a little bit. It's fun, but they don't know how to debate. I'm not saying not all of them, but some of them are just really, it's probably kids. They're probably kids that go and try to do it. Probably teenage, like 13, 12 years old. Right? Well, I don't know about you. I don't know about that. I'm not, Captain Chaos. I tell you the truth. Barack Hussein Obama is a fraud, right? He's a fraud. He ain't no Christian, that's for sure. And he wasn't born in Hawaii. That we know. Obama's no Christian. And he wasn't born in Hawaii. That we know. Obama is no Christian. And there's no pictures. There's pictures of Obama and know what's crazy? Walkie, you're funny. Captain, you know what's crazy? There are no pictures of, because usually when a couple gets married, there's wedding pictures and stuff like that with Michelle Obama and Barack Hussein Obama. There are pictures of that, but there are no pictures of her being pregnant with her kids. Now I don't know much about this, but she claimed, according to the open source, she claimed, I don't want to talk because I don't know much about it, but I want to get the other pictures that I saw. I couldn't believe those pictures. I'm telling you, there isn't one, right, Porky? I haven't seen a picture of her being pregnant. And she claims to have been impregnated in verto. In virtue, in verto? Am I saying it right? In vitro? In vitro? I don't know much about it. They say is that artificial? I don't know much about it. But she claims in a book or in an article, I saw it online, she claims to be, let me see, I think it's in 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 ver yeah, in vitro fertilization. In vitro fertilization, a process of fertilization where an egg is combined with the sperm outside the body. In vitro. In vitro, in vitro. The process involves monitoring and stimulating a woman's ovaries, removing an ovum from the woman's ovaries and letting sperm fertilize them in a liquid in a lab. So it was fertilized in a lab in vitro. It's crazy, Porky. That's crazy. That's what she claims. Obviously, you're right. But that's what she claims. Wow. That's that's creeping toward some really, right? I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out. You're right. I agree with you. In vitro. VITRO, Gary. That's what Michelle Obama claimed to be, because there's no picture of her being pregnant with those kids. I haven't seen any of her. That's a creepy family, like the Clintons. A creepy family, like the Clintons, Hillary Rodham Clinton, and William Jefferson Clinton. That's a creepy family. The Obamas are a creepy family, but Obama does it with a smile. It's true, right? Right there it is, Porky. Right there it is. What a world! And we're so removed from the public life, right, Porky, of these presidential families, of the first families, that they're capable, even with all social media, as long as I have the intelligence agencies like CIA, FBI, because basically Obama and the Clintons and Obamas are moles of the intelligence agencies. They cover for them. They love Obama. They love Obama. The gun running that went on with Obama in Libya, the money that they made. Oh my God. Only God knows the money that was made in Libya with those gun runners. The ammunition, between the ammunition and the guns. You ever see the movie War Dogs? Oh my God, you got to see that. I've been watching because, what time is it? I'm going to get off soon. I was watching this movie War Dogs. I've been home because we're in house arrest. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, that I see. Okay, Gary, that's your explanation. Okay, I'm sorry, Gary. I don't agree with you. Whether it is or it isn't, I don't know. They whacked Gaddafi, right? And what's crazy was, right? They whacked Gaddafi. Malik Obama, supposedly Obama's half brother, was best friends with Gaddafi. He's going back and forth. He's got an American passport and a Kenyan passport. He's what you call the diplomatic visas. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to bring that. You reminded me, because Pompeo, right, Porky? He was pitching Obama not to assassinate Gaddafi. Obviously, Obama had to assassinate Gaddafi because Gaddafi had the goods on Obama. Guaranteed. Gaddafi had the goods on Obama. Gaddafi had the goods on Obama. Guaranteed. He knew who he was. That's why he whacked him. Guaranteed. Because Gaddafi didn't want. Gaddafi said, "I'm done. I'm leaving." NATO was in. Obama had NATO involved because everybody, like I said, when they're going to assassinate somebody, everybody wins, right? The Islamists got guns. They got 20,000 FIM 90. They got 400 FIM 92s, and they got the SA4s, I think, the Soviet manpads, SA4s, I think. 20,000 of them. The manpads. Mustafa Jalal, Abdel Kim Balhaj, Bin Kumu, Noman Benoitman. I mean, these guys, Al Qaeda in Libya, like you wouldn't believe. Like going back to Afghan Taliban versus the Soviet Union. That's how far back these Al Qaeda foreign fighters go. You're right, Porky. So Malik Obama is going back and forth. Please don't kill my friend Gaddafi. Please don't kill my friend Gaddafi. Obama goes, he has to. And Gaddafi says, listen, I'm leaving. Just let me go. I'm out of here. They said, no, we got to kill you. NATO was involved. If France wasn't involved and England was not involved, so Karzai and Cameron, if they were not involved, they never would have assassinated Gaddafi. Those Libyan rebels never would have pulled it off. They whacked Yunus, the general from the Gaddafi regime. That's how bad they were. They end up running guns out of that Benghazi mission. They were running guns. And Brennan, that great CIA agent, the CIA spy, the spy master, John Brennan, well, I happen to like Gina Haspel. I really do. She's waterboarding in a black ops site in Thailand after 9/11. That's my girl. You know, I love Gina Haspel. So she's the CIA director now. Besides her, I go all the way back to George Tenet. Now that's a dude. That's a CIA director, George Tenet. That is a CIA director, boy. That was a bad man, George Tenet. He put John Deutsch on hold, threw him a security clearance, revoked his security clearance when he found classified docs in his house on a computer, and then he called out the Bush. He went right into the Bush senior officials, telling about 9/11. They poo-pooed it, according to spy masters. Serious stuff. Serious. They knew about the 9/11 guys. We got double banged. They knew about them. It's 11:38. I think I'm gonna get out of here. You all, thank you so much. I've been on the air for a while. We had some fun. We talked about some current news, and we got to some other things. I'm gonna try to get that. God bless you, Porky. I'm gonna try to get that picture with Michelle on Michelle Obama. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna try to get it. There you go, Porky. God bless you all in the room, Porky, Johnny S., even Gary, even though he's a lefty. Thank you for the visit. God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Thank you for your service. Thank you for providing me with the freedom that I love. What I love to do is broadcast. Thank you so much. God bless the greatest country on the planet, America. I love my country. God bless America. And God bless our great president, Donald John Trump. This is Frankie Russo. I'll be on here tomorrow night. I'll see you all tomorrow night, 9:30-ish Eastern Standard Time. This is Frankie Russo. God bless you all. Frankie Russo. I'll see you in the future. I'll see you in the future. God bless you all. Justin, thank you for the visit. MJ, thank you for the visit. God bless you. God bless you, my brother. Martin F., God bless you. Cold Warrior, God bless you. Justin NYC from Staten Island, God bless you. Thank you for the visit. We're getting ready for war. We're under attack. MJ McCrae, Frankie Russo, I'll see you in the future. I'll see you tomorrow night. God bless you all. I'll see you in the future.